to a chick. So say goodbye to everything you ever knew before, and I'd understand if you went running out the door. And I'll keep you safe, and no harm will ever come to you, I swear. And I'll kill if they even dare. I'll kill, I swear.
Das Boot.
Hey, Your Highness.
I am a little high.
I don't know how that happened, but
why do I have that name if I'm not going to get high? How are you this evening?
I'm doing quite nicely. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm well. You can't say we're great every week, right? Because we can't.
But we're still pretty darn good.
We're pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Physically, it was sprinkled with a little physical bullshit, a little emotional bullshit.
It happens.
But you get with it.
Yeah, you deal with it.
Right now, however, I have love in my heart for our listeners and my family on my side.
Nice.
So,
welcome to Michigan Murders and Music, where we discuss murders in our gorgeous state and top it off with a little homegrown music, leaving you with a happy ending and on a good note.
Speaking of good notes, live music starts in Grand Rapids again this past weekend.
There's a great band playing, two
you guys have
great
heard
bands
them
playing
both.
downtown. Yep.
The Jet Beats.
Well, we couldn't go see them.
And Jesse Rain, Carolina Catfish. We could, we chose not to.
Right.
It would be dangerous. That's just all
We'd
there is
either end
to
up
it.
in prison or dead.
For sure.
Yep.
So it's great to see live music back at the Tip Top Deluxe West Side.
Your Highness,
Best Side.
Do you have an explicit content warning?
I do. I get it this week.
Mm-hmm.
If you see your child, or if you're taking care of your adult parent who might not be all the way in their full capacity of mental capacityness.
Oh, boy.
So if you see that person on the porch, at a picnic table, just evilly chewing down on some barbecued chicken wings, we don't know if they're chicken wings necessarily, and like mumbling under the breath to all the birds that are flying above.
You know, sometimes we find birds that have been injured beyond repair, like dead birds.
We have animals that do that thing. It's Michigan, you guys. You can't call on us. We don't have insurance for dead bird
situations.
Things. Anyways, if you see that a kid is doing that, you know what's happening? Or your adult parent that you're taking care of, they're showing those birds what they're capable of. They're like, bitch, I will eat you.
They're eating the wild, like our sparrows and robins and
not
stuff.
the crows, though, because...
Well, they're crafty. No, they...
I will take all children down if you touch a crow. Yeah, that's what's happening. So don't let your kids eat chicken wings savagely in the backyard while stank-eyeing a bird.
I would also like to say that Her Highness might say a naughty word now
Don't
and
fuck with the goddamn crows, kids.
See, she just did it.
And crows are smarter than you, little motherfucker.
We don't want your kids listening to Her Highness.
Might be a dick if they're eating bird wings in front of birds.
Even though they're delicious.
They're so good. I'm kind of hungry for them now.
Thank you for allowing us to seep into your ears.
We are just going to slide in there like something from Supernatural. All black and smoky like.
You have some new listeners.
Do you know that every time when I hear the bathtub gurgle?
Oh, yeah.
You know how it does that sometimes?
Mm-hmm.
I straight up go to Supernatural season 1 or 2.
You know what that noise is?
It's a demon coming to fucking take my body and soul out from me.
It's creepy.
Out of the bathtub.
But we have
this house is old.
We have a condensate pump on our furnace.
A holiday hootie wootie.
Yeah, as natural gas burns, it creates as a byproduct water, and it goes into a little.
Is that what you
sump.
do every time you shit your pants? Never mind. Okay, let's move on. Let's just move on. We have
You have
I
new
prefer
listeners.
to think that it's
It's evil.
Satan is coming for me. New listeners, I don't know if they're new listeners, but they liked us.
I'm sorry. I had to crack up off mic.
You look like Mr. Burns right now, and you
sure
didn't
I
even
do.
smoke weed tonight. Usually, the minute he smokes weed, his hands come up.
It's gone. I'm gone.
And he's Mr. Burns.
I can't do it.
Okay, I don't know if these guys are listening to us, but they liked our Instagram reels, and some of them went to our page. So, this are the good thugs that like us. Whaley.
Did you say Willie?
I said Whaley.
Oh.
It's...
Oh, my God, you're losing it. Willie.
It's not Willie either. It's Wally.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Wally. It's Wally Conklin. Wally Conklin, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at my dumbass. Jack Gottfredson.
Jack. Thank you.
Gray Ghosty. Super hot photos on Instagram. Go check her out. This one was hard, but I know it has something to do with weed because it ends with Kush. So it's Emsing Kush. EMSSING. Kush, bitch. 420. You're lost.
I don't know what that means.
Kush. Soft 6832. And you know that my brain went to 862 because that's
your favorite number.
April Juan. Carolina Crime. New podcast that takes place in parts of Carolina. Super great. Go check it out. And also the Crime Divers. Those guys have a fantastic podcast too.
Crime Divers.
You just can't get enough crime podcasts. Speaking of that, please share us with your friends. Make us seep into their earballs too. If you have to be tortured, torture a friend.
This week we are featuring a fantastic band.
Who is it?
They're called al&theblackcats.
Once in a while, we feature a band that doesn't necessarily exist any longer, but that doesn't mean that they don't need to be featured.
Their music exists. It exists
Exactly.
forever.
Iggy Pop still exists, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
al&theblackcats, that's going to be fantastic. I think you guys will like it.
Absolutely love these guys.
We're going to throw up the hand.
You want to see where we're going?
Throw your hand up. Where are we tripping to today?
To St. Clair Shores, which is down here. If you see this meaty part of my thumb region.
It is a little meaty. Is that from playing bass?
I don't know. It's from gripping things.
Oh, gross.
It's my right hand. Yeah, it's pretty strong. It's right down about here. Yeah.
So it's
St. Clair Shores.
Down below your thumb.
It's real close to Canada, and that's a
Canada.
That's a detail that we're going to have to deal with in this story.
All right. Here we go. John R. McRae, prisoner number 76537. He was in prison in Ionia County.
Mm-hmm.
This story is goddamn nuts. It's so nuts, I had to ask you guys if I should do a one-parter or a two-parter.
And we have to do a two-parter because it's long.
We have to do a two-parter. It's long.
There's
and
that much detail.
You guys outvoted. Would you like to start with John?
Yeah.
On number one there?
As Her Highness said, the story is quite nuts. John starts killing at the age of 15. Then he just doesn't stop.
15, you guys. That was not a typo that I usually have.
He's known in St. Clair Shores as a petty theft who enjoyed joyriding and stealing boats.
And guess what else? He was known as a husky boy. Remember back in the days? Like if you went to Sears, they had a husky
Turnstile. Remember going to Turnstile?
No.
It was a store
was
way
it?
back. Yeah.
Oh my God. Husky reserve football player. And it was the 1950s. My dad, they probably weren't stolen cars. Well, maybe he was spicing up the story. He definitely raced cars.
Your dad and my dad
did it too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It was the 50s. I feel like it was a thing, but they weren't out killing people.
Right.
On
Just
September
good, clean fun.
9th, September 9, 1950, 8-year-old Joey was seen on Jefferson Road messing around with a relatively new invention at the time. It was a sealed beam headlamp for cars. We take those for a granted now.
Joey never made it home.
He didn't.
Mm-hmm.
The entire family started searching right away, of course. They had neighborhood people, friends, co-workers. Joey's dad was actually in the union because it's a car place down there, of course.
Included in this group was John McRae.
And a man named Gus Blumline.
Yep, it was Gus's mom who had been the last one to see Joey.
Yeah, she's the one who spotted him checking out that headlight. They came up with nothing during that search. They searched alleyways and all the places, came up with nothing.
2 weeks later, Saturday, September 23, the groups went out again to look for Joey.
Yeah, and this time they found Joey near Martin Drain.
Mm-hmm.
His arm was sticking out of the mud and his Cub Scout ring was showing. But we looked up Martin Drain.
Yeah.
It's north of 8 Mile, where Eminem was.
Yeah, and
Anyways, this is god-awful. Joey's body was horribly mutilated and somewhat uniquely mutilated.
yeah,
if
as
that's
the
a
examiner
thing.
said, it was uniquely mutilated. His throat and genitals were slashed.
Dr. Richard E. Olson wrote in the autopsy, quote, "The wounds present are characteristic of murder by a sexual aberrant. If the murderer is not found, he will probably repeat the performance."
You know, and this is profiling in the 50s.
Isn't that crazy?
It's really
and
cool.
the autopsy dude did it.
They knew.
Of
Yeah.
course they did. He was like, this guy is not going to stop doing this.
They've seen it.
Not good. It's not okay.
So as days go by, when young John McRae goes to his dad with a dream he had. Remember, John is 15 at the time and tells his dad he had a dream he might have killed Joey.
This is so fucking 1950s fashion. I can't even handle it. His dad, this is what his dad does. His
He
dad
took him to the
probably
lakeshore.
grabs him by the fucking arm, throws him in the car because they were really close to the lakeshore, like really close, and told him if he did kill Joey, that he needs to plunge into the dark waters and never come back.
And what
That's what his dad said to him.
And we had a hard time interpreting this until we realized what happened. His dad was saying, "You go to Canada."
No,
You
his
get your
dad
ass
was saying, fucking go to Canada or die. That's how I feel like it was. He was like,
one or the other.
No, you're not.
You got to go.
Oh, my God.
He was a problem child.
He was. I guess, yeah. By this point, his dad had dealt with him stealing
Done.
cars. Oh, my God.
Just go.
So what happens is John starts chucking out into the goddamn lake like his dad told him to. He's going to act like he's either swimming to Canada or go die. And then he circles around and he steals a boat and he makes his getaway to relatives in Canada. Now, you guys, I was like, I am sorry, there is no fucking possible way this 15-year-old little shit is going to just drive a boat over to Canada, right?
Well, in that area of Michigan, Canada is so gosh darn close. You could swim there and climb out of the water on their beach, and
it's so weird.
it is.
On a small town note, John McRae, the boy, the 15-year-old who just maybe killed somebody in his dream, his mother was a teacher, and Joey was one of her students. It's so sad.
Yeah.
He was arrested a couple of days later, and he was sentenced to life, with the judge specifically telling Joey's mother that this man will never walk the streets again.
Walk the streets.
The kid's 15 or swim the canal. Yeah, judge does that. Don't make promises that you can't keep.
So
bitch.
this guy was a great prisoner. He became a great jailbird. Is that your term?
That's my term.
Jailbird?
I just stink-eyed you. I'm like, you are not reading what I wrote.
He-
He was even allowed to take like the I don't know, like a car and do errands around the prison grounds and stuff. It's kind of weird. It wasn't, again, it's 1950, you guys. They were wearing black and white stripes. They were running around with hamburgers in their hands. I don't know, but I feel like it.
Okay. I like that.
You're so gullible.
I know. 1971, John, who is now 37, is paroled by the governor because he didn't think the man who was a teenage killer could possibly be a menace now.
Well, that's because he apparently didn't read this report.
Report?
God damn it, I hate it when that happens. His report given by Dr.
Yeah,
Richard.
Bugs Bunny?
Apparently
The
I
report?
am. Given by Dr. Richard Norland. Dr. Richard Norland stated he kind of was contradictory in his report. This report said that John lacked feelings of guilt and remorse, but the doctor thought he could be reclaimed. That doesn't make a goddamn bit of sense. Either does this next one.
In the same report, when asking John how he dealt with his conscience, John replied with, "I just didn't think about what happened and I slept good at night."
But this guy can be reclaimed? This doctor is 8 cards short of a 52 card deck.
I don't know. Maybe.
So, on February 2nd, 1972, John gets released from prison. Joey's family's not even notified.
Yeah.
Not okay.
Right.
Not even okay. I don't care if the kid is 15 or not.
They should know.
It was more than a murder. That was a mutilation. That is not okay.
Now we're in 1975. John is married and has a son named Martin.
His Michigan parole is over, and he takes his family and he moves to Florida, where he becomes a prison guard.
This is where things get really creepy.
This is also why we now have computers and background checks.
Yeah. He then positions himself and works his way into a youthful offenders facility.
That's convenient, isn't it?
Yeah.
Early 1979, John is having an affair with an inmate where he works, 19-year-old Charles.
Charles?
Who eventually, Charles, that's my finger. You bit my finger, Charlie. I'm sorry.
It's a banana.
It's a banana. He's having this affair with 19-year-old Charles, who eventually escapes from jail later that year, and he's never seen again.
In spring of 1979, John volunteered to be a security guard for the local church fair.
Again, putting himself in the way of youth.
Mm-hmm.
Convenient, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, now the Boy Scouts come up. Gosh.
Oh, again, I know. He already,
yeah,
the first kid was a Boy Scout. I don't understand this. The church and the local Boy Scouts had made a deal. The boys could camp on the church grounds on the night of the local church fair and carnival if they all helped clean up.
Oh my God, I feel much
better. Did you
better.
really have to
Oh my God.
Okay, burping is one thing. Did you have to fucking blow it?
Oh, I didn't. Did that
around?
stink?
I don't know. I closed off my air canals just in
good.
case, dickhole. God, and we're talking about church and everything. What kind of heathen are you?
Okay.
The boys were ecstatic because they got to camp on the church grounds.
Oh, what a great
on
thing.
the night of a carnival. How fucking fantastic is that?
Oh, it's great. Popcorn in the air,
All
cotton
right.
candy.
Oh, yum.
Kip.
Caramel apples. Ooh, you know what else I like from fairs?
What? Elephant ears?
Yes, but that's not what I was thinking. I'm going to make some of these tomorrow. I want French fries with vinegar. French fries and vinegar is so fucking great
good.
fair food. Okay, let's talk about Kip.
Kip, a 12-year-old Boy Scout of smaller build,
Kind of like you were in
being teased by his cohorts.
Kind
Yes,
of like
I was
you
a
were
small
in
guy.
junior high.
Yeah,
Also,
I was a small guy.
and you got teased by your cohorts.
No, not really.
Okay.
But I did have some
way to put that
very
in a box
uncomfortable
and
situations.
bury it. Nice job, Boot.
Yep.
A security officer came up to help him. Actually, I know you're compartmentalizing. It's okay. I'm not a psychologist.
I'm not going to cry.
Play one on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So Kip, he's 12-year-old. He's a Boy Scout. He's of small stature, and he's getting teased. And so the security officer comes up to him, a.k.a. John McRae, and he helps him, and he's like, stop messing around with this kid. And then he makes his own kid hang out with him. Martin. Wasn't his kid's name Martin? So Martin and Kip are hanging out at the fair. Everything's cool. All the Boy Scouts camped. They cleaned up afterwards like good little Boy Scouters do.
A few days later, Kip left for school and was never seen again.
Good Lord. Just like the last time, concerned citizen John McRae helps in the search for 12-year-old Kip.
John McRae is such an upstanding young man.
Last time,
isn't
John
he?
McRae was 15 years old when he was helping in that search.
Police were
I
starting
can't say that. That's
to piece
somebody else.
things together.
A few things. John McRae denies the affair that, he says that he was just close to Charles because he was his in-house snitch.
Also, he said he had nothing to do with the escape of him or his disappearance.
Right. But the investigation is starting to get a little toasty around John, and his nuggets are getting a little warm and tingly.
Oh,
So he is like, I'm packing up my family and I'm out, bitch. We're moving to southern Michigan.
southern Michigan.
That's what fucks with people
it's
around
southern
here.
Michigan. Yeah, it's Michigan.
It's the northern part of southern Michigan.
Right. In John's
Clare
locker.
County. Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. Back in Florida, what did they find back in Florida, Boot?
In John's locker at his place of employment in Florida, there was a flyer for the missing boy. Yeah.
Yeah, like you wanted to remember what he looked like, just in case you saw him. John.
No, it's something for a spank bank.
Police then connected John with another young man who went missing in 1977, just after John moved to the area.
This young man, a 14-year-old surfer from Cocoa Beach.
He was probably the cutest little kid ever.
Oh, I'm sure.
He also went missing, and they pretty much pinged it on John.
Mm-hmm.
No bodies were ever found, and despite using dogs doing many searches, nothing came up.
They had a strong case. They just did not have enough evidence to charge John, nor did they have any bodies.
Yeah, I don't know how the law is. Some laws, it's like, isn't it called habeas corpus or something?
Habeas corpus is
It's just fun to say.
It's different.
Okay,
yeah.
never mind.
Okay.
Police say they believe John enjoys seeing the parents suffer and that he takes pleasure in seeing their pain, and that's why he joins the searches.
That's pretty nuts.
It's it's nuts. We also know by listening to 862 other murder podcasts that these guys like to put themselves
into the investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see how it's going.
Fucking,
yeah. You guys got nothing yet.
So many screws are loose. He is also said to have enjoyed the questioning, at one point stating to the police while laughing, "If you don't have a body, you don't have me."
Yeah, what a cock.
Yeah, so this guy is 15. He's, chopped up a couple bodies and
the body surfaced.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Does it surface in Florida or does it surface in Michigan?
So right now we're going to have to figure that out, and we're going to have to see you next week.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
That's where we're leaving ya. Who's our happy ending, Boo? That guy, I can't. Oh, who's
our happy ending is a fantastic band.
Wait, time out. I got to do what I always do. I got to interrupt you.
Okay.
And then I have to say, I need to look into this kid's childhood, but I'm assuming there probably isn't a lot because it was 1950.
Right.
Who the fuck is 15 and starts doing that? That means he probably started eating chicken wings and hanging rabbit tails at like age 5.
Probably.
And then progressed super quickly to age 15 to
cruelty
get to
to
where
animals
he was.
is
Oh, my lordy.
It's
All right.
that's a bad
well,
thing.
There's
We
a
are
body.
featuring a fantastic band as our happy ending.
Woo!
Al and the Black Cats.
Goddamn Al
Let's
and the
hear
Black
this
Cats.
stuff.
Here we go. What's the name of the song? Boo. Al and the Black Cats. Nowhere to go.
If life is what you make it, then I guess I make mine hard. And it seems I'm always going, but I'll never get too far. And if home is where the heart is, then my heart is in my car. But that heart no longer beats, it's only scarred. If life is what you make it, then I guess I make mine hard. And it seems I'm always going, but I'll never get too far. And if home is where the heart is, then my heart is at the bar. But I'll keep on drinking till I see stars. No, I ain't afraid of failure, no, I know it all too well. And I ain't afraid of dying, and I ain't afraid of hell. I got nothing to lose and nothing to gain, nothing to prove and nothing to change. Nowhere to go, no home, and all I know is set in stone. I got nothing to lose and nothing to gain, nothing to prove and nothing to change. Nowhere to go, no home, and all I know is this road is the only home I know. They say money can't buy happiness, like the rich know so much more. And maybe money can't buy happiness, but I'm still standing poor. And sure, a rich man may get sad, but at least he can afford to drown in sorrow. Well, I just borrow more. No, I ain't afraid of failure, no, I know it all too well. And I ain't afraid of dying, and I ain't afraid of hell. Nothing to lose and nothing to gain, nothing to prove and nothing to change. Nowhere to go, no home, and all I know is set in stone. Nothing to lose and nothing to gain, nothing to prove and nothing to change. Nowhere to go, no home, and all I know is this road is the only home I know. But I ain't afraid of failure, no, I know it all too well. And I ain't afraid of dying, and I ain't afraid of hell. Nothing to lose and nothing to gain, nothing to prove and nothing to change. Nowhere to go, no home, and all I know is set in stone. Nothing to lose and nothing to gain, nothing to prove and nothing to change. Nowhere to go, no home, and all I know is this road is the only home I know.
Thank you for choosing Michigan Murders and Music. Please rate the show wherever you listen. Michigan Murders and Music is produced by The Boots. Episodes are researched and written by Your Highness. Edited by Your Highness. Views and opinions are the sole stupidity of us and us alone. Don't blame others, please. Listening to this podcast could quite possibly cause major problems to your earballs and definitely will mess up your kids. Permission has been given to us by the bands, and we purchase our music on Bandcamp.com. Support your local music scene and all local